Savelle Foy. I'm glad you're watching today. I want to talk to you about know your way to success. Yes, in air quotes. Have you ever heard that phrase that he who chases two rabbits catches neither? Well, you might be chasing more like 10 rabbits and a couple elephants too. In other words, you're spread out all over the place trying to accomplish so many things. And if you've listened to any of my podcasts for any length of time, then you've probably started setting goals for yourself. But do you know that sometimes you can set so many goals and get so distracted on so many things that you don't accomplish any of them? There's actually power and success when you get focused on one at a time. And I'm passionate about telling you to get clear on the goals and the objectives that you want to achieve. In fact, I don't want to assume that you know this, that you need to actually imagine that it's December 31st. And you look back over the year, and in the past tense, you actually say, this has been the greatest year of my life. And then you start writing down what would need to happen for you to say something like that. Now, you might say things like, it could be, now say it in past tense, we paid off our $3,000 Visa bill. Or my student loan of $11,000 was completely paid in full. Or it could be, I reached my goal weight of 115 pounds and maintained it. Or we went on a weekend getaway to New York City, $3,000. So you go down the list making your top 10 goals that you want to see accomplished by December 31st. And you say them in the past tense as if they've already happened. Now, some of the things I don't want to assume that you know is number 1, write them down. Number 2, in the past tense. Number 3, keep writing them down for 30 days. Now, I was listening to Grant Cardone, who's one of the top expert, communicators on sales with books and everything. And he said he not only writes his top 10 goals for 30 days, but he does it every day, like indefinitely for the rest of his life. And not every day, he does it twice a day, every day. He said every morning when he wakes up, he writes his top 10 goals in the past tense as if he's already achieved them. Every night before he goes to bed, he writes his top 10 goals. Why? Because you become so driven, so compelled to see those things achieved because every single day you're writing them down. Well, the more you accomplish, the less you have to write, but then you always add more goals. But write them down every day for 30 days at least. That's what's going to cause your ambition to go to a whole new level. And then, of course, keep them in sight. You have to put them somewhere where you're going to see them frequently. It could be on the refrigerator door. It could be on the dash of your car, on your bathroom mirror. Make a vision board. It could be the screensaver on your phone or on your iPad or on your computer. But every single day, you're seeing your vision, your goals, and it keeps you compelled. And then, of course, check them off. As soon as you accomplish one, check it off and move on to the next one. But here's what I really want you to do, is prioritize your goals. Yes, you may have 10, and I hope you do, but you got to boil it down to 1. If you're trying to pay off the visa, $3,000, and the student loan, $11,000, and go on the weekend getaway to New York City for $3,000, and save $5,000 this year, if you're trying to focus on all 4 of those at the same time, it's doubtful you'll achieve any of them this year. So focus on 1. Which one? Well, if that were your list, I would recommend the $3,000 Visa bill, the smallest debt. And of course, you want to focus on your debt first before you start saving money and going on these trips, because going on the trip probably means you're going to charge it and you're going to add more debt and you're paying interest on that debt. So we got to get that paid off. Focus on 1 at a time. And here's the thing. If you had, for example, the $3,000 Visa bill, then don't even think about your other goals. Just focus all of your time, your effort, your energy, your resources into that one goal. And then start asking the Lord for God-inspired ideas to make money. It could be, that you go through your house and you clean out all those books that you're done with that you don't care about. You take them to a bookstore and sell them. It could be that you find an online site like a Craigslist type thing and you sell some of your stuff. Or you have a yard sale. Or if you live in England, you have a boot sale. Or you have iPhones and iPads laying around that are old, that are cracked. Sell those things. Start looking for opportunities to make money. And I'm telling you, you are going to be amazed at how fast you will pay off that lowest debt when you get single-minded and focused about it. You could ask people, hey, I'd love to babysit your kids. I'm looking for opportunities to make money, or clean houses, or plant flowers, or wash cars for people who don't have time to take it to get washed. Call me, I'd love that. I'm just kidding. But look for opportunities to make money, and you're going to be amazed how fast you're going to achieve that goal, check it off, and move on to the next one. In fact, Dave Ramsey says there's power to focus. He said if you don't focus on something, nothing gets done. Then he said this, you dilute your power when every time something shiny goes by, you change your focus. He said money is the same way. When you try to focus on 16 things at once, nothing gets accomplished. He said we're so crazy, we say, stop doing anything with money except paying your minimum payment. Stop your 401k temporarily. Stop saving money temporarily. Stop saving that extra $3 on that one debt. He said, let's do everything. Pour all of your focus, all of your energy into that one lowest debt, and then progressively move on. Well, Will Smith, same thing. He said, to have the level of success that I want to have, it's difficult to spread it out and do a multiple of things. He said it takes desperate, obsessive focus. Well, you're going to find that among some of the most successful people in the world, the super achievers. They're focused on one thing at a time. Well, Darren Hardy. Now, Darren was the publisher of Success Magazine for years and years. And he said, I have had the opportunity to interview the greatest people of our day. Howard Schultz of Starbucks, Jeff Bezos of Amazon, Richard Branson, Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, you name it, he's interviewed them. And he said, so many people want to know, what have these people done to appear on the cover of Success Magazine that 7 billion other people haven't done? He said in one word, it's focus. They are so obsessively focused about doing one thing at a time. Now listen to this. He said saying yes is easy. Anybody can say yes to all the different opportunities coming at them. But saying no is the master skill of success. Now he said he interviewed Warren Buffett, who's, last I heard, the 4th wealthiest man in the world, worth $50 billion. And he asked him this question. He said, Mr. Buffett, if you were to boil your success down to one principle, what would it be? Now, his answer is worth $50 billion. All of your success is boiled down to one principle. Listen to what he said. He said, for every 100 great opportunities that are brought to me, I say no 99 times. Isn't that amazing? 99 out of 100 times he says no. Well, think about that in relation to your life, because this is true for companies and for individuals. That means if your goal is to pay off that Visa bill, you say no to the invitation to go to New Orleans for the weekend. That means you say no to the invitation to go shopping when there's an amazing sale going on. That means you say no to the opportunity to go to the concert that came to town that you've been waiting for 5 years. Why? Because you are obsessively focused on paying off that debt. So, like I said, this is true for companies, but it's also true for individuals. So I want to challenge you this week to think about the one thing that you need to get focused on, to check it off and move on to the next one. You've heard that phrase, if you aim at too many targets, you miss all of them. Even the Apostle Paul said, this one thing I do. So discover your one thing, get radically focused on it, and then check it off and move on to the next one. If you're enjoying the podcast, please subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends, your family. I want to keep you motivated to achieve your dreams. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.